Heavy protests hit New York City. In fact, almost everywhere in the United States of America. Thousands of people have gathered in various cities across the US as protests against Donald Trump and Elon Musk took place in all 50 states. This thing happened about 2 days ago on the 5th of April 2025 as a result of new tariff policy law which Trump put into practice. My correct people them. This thing has been going on. Congress must act now. Impeach Trump now before America suffers generational setbacks. Hardships. This goes beyond politics. My correct people, them no be small thing. I hope Trump in fact, can he accept this type of thing that is happening? Did he ever imagine that this kind of thing will happen in his own regime? Trump of all people. Hey, my correct people, them no be small thing. Around 1,200 demonstrations were planned in every U.S. state in locations including Washington, D.C., New York City, and West Palm Beach, Florida, just miles away from where the president has his weekend played golf. My people, the heads of protests were against the Trump administration's handling of government downsizing, human rights, and the economy, among other issues. In Washington, D.C., protesters streamed on the grass in front of the Washington Monument, where one person carried a banner which read, "Make democracy great again." Another protester took aim at Mr. Trump's handling of Russia and Ukraine with a placard that read, "Stop Putin's puppets from destroying America." Tesla boss Mr. Musk also featured on many signs due to his role in controversial government cuts as head of the newly created Department of Government Efficiency known as DOGE. My people no be smarting. As see the hot. Even a retired biomedical scientist known as Terry Klein said she drove to the rally to protect Mr. Trump's policies on everything from immigration to the DOGE stuff to the tariffs this week to education. I mean, our whole country is under attack. All of our institutions, all the things that make America what it is today, she added. Some of the various protests carried Ukrainian flags while others sported rainbow attire and waved rainbow flags in support of the LGBTQ plus community. Other protesters wore Palestine kefish scarves and carried Free Palestine signs. Thousands marched in New York City's Midtown, Manhattan, and in Boston, Massachusetts, while hundreds gathered in the sunshine outside the Utah State Capitol building in Salt Lake City and in the rain outside the State House in Columbus, Ohio. Mr. Trump, who shook financial markets with his tariffs announcement on 5th, spent the day in Florida playing a round of golf before returning to his Mar-a-Lago residence. Some 4 miles from Mar-a-Lago, more than 400 people gathered, and they were all busy chanting "Trump must go." Protesters no gree. They no gree. In fact, they held up signs, including one which read, "Market tank, Trump golfs." The White House said Mr. Trump plans to go golfing again on Sunday. Summary of Trump tariffs and policies, in case you don't know exactly why these people are protesting in America. Remember that there are different and new policies which Trump's put in place ever since he come back in this his second term. He equally blocked many visas from different countries, and now he has come to tariffs. In case you don't understand why people are protesting, the people are protesting because of tariffs. My people, and here is a summary of Trump's tariffs and policies since the inception of his second term in the office. President Donald Trump has imposed and threatened a variety of tariffs. We model the following policies, such as a 20% tariff on all imports from China, a 25% tariff on all imports from Mexico in 2025, which assumed is reduced to 12% after 2025 under the April 2nd tariffs. USMCA compliant imports are exempt from the tariffs indefinitely, and a 10% tariffs on energy and potash imports in 2025 plus a 25% tariffs on all remaining imports from Canada in 2025. After 2025, we assume the energy and potash tariffs end and the tariffs on all remaining imports from Canada are reduced to 12% under the April 2nd tariffs. My people, USMCA complex imports are exempt from the tariffs indefinitely, excluding trade. Tariffs will apply about $256 billion of Canadian imports based on 2024 trade data. So 18% baseline tariffs on all countries with higher rates on 60 trading partners, all excluding goods that faced product-specific tariffs and energy, excluding the EU, China, Canada, and Mexico. The so-called reciprocal tariffs on the rest of the world result in a trade-weighted average tariff rate of 25%. So import from the EU face a 20% tariffs, while import from China faces about 34% tariffs, and import from Canada and Mexico, excluding USMCA tariff, we face about 12% tariffs. So if you put about all these things, so it is estimated that before accounting for any foreign retaliation, Trump's tariffs will reduce about 0.7% in the US GDP. So people are now protesting because of this particular new tariffs which was imposed by President Donald Trump. US President Donald Trump has announced sweeping tariffs on goods imported from the rest of the world. Trump's claim that 18% on all nations and which higher rate of up to 50% on individual countries will boost the US economy and protect jobs. These are his own assumptions. However, there are warnings that prices will rise for US consumers and that the move could harm the world economy. And this is why you see people protesting that Trump must go, restore our democracy. People are protesting. If you check the videos of people, I think that the newscaster that interviewed some of the protesters, I saw where people are saying that the interests of their children, the future of their children are at risky, that they don't want something that will bar or put danger in the future of their children. Some are saying that our future is at risk because of the new tariffs or because of the new policies and laws that Trump is not bringing into America. I didn't even stop that. He's equally trying to bridge or stop, let's say, all these people that give birth in US. For instance, your parents have been in US for, let's say, 20 years since you have been giving birth to you. Maybe, for instance, you're an African, but your parents birth in America, they get birth to you. They conceive your pregnancy and put to bed in America, and they even breed you in America. So you've stayed here all your lives, and they are telling you that you cannot even get all this national identity card. You understand? That you're not a national of US. We know that some countries do this, but America law, it has been, people that give birth in America, they are all citizens by birth, and now Trump is now coming to abolish that particular law that have been there for ages. And people that have been in America, and they are claiming that they're American citizens, they're nationals of America, and now Trump have woken up just all of a sudden, just one night, saying that these people are not national, they're not citizens of America. So these people are now coming out. As you can see, millions of people are out there protesting against Trump policies. And then again, we're talking about these tariffs. These tariffs of 18 might correct people. Since there is increase in tariffs, in case you don't understand what tariffs is all about, what do you understand about these tariffs? Tariffs are taxes charged on goods bought from other countries. For instance, as you are in USA that be bringing any goods, for instance, from Canada to your country, they have to, people that are bringing these goods, that goods that are being brought into your country are being taxed. Extra taxed. That is tariffs. These are tax charged on goods bought from other countries. Typically, their percentage of a product's value, for example, there's a 5% tariff on a $10 or let's say 7.59 product would mean an additional 2.50 or 1.90. Do you understand? Instead of $10, you add 2.50, giving you about $12.50. I don't know if you are getting that. Is something you are buying, or let's say if you should import this in this country, you're importing it totally should be like $10, and now there is a charge rate of, let's say, $2.50. You understand? That means the total amount it took you to bring that particular goods into your country is about $12.50. Do you see it? And this thing will make consumption of goods and services to be at higher rate. So companies that bring the foreign goods into the country have to pay the tax to the government. Firms can choose to pass on some of all the costs to customers, or may decide to import fewer foreign goods. And according to the news which has been spreading, we equally hear that there is a retaliation because of this particular new Trump tariff policies. Many countries have started responding in different ways. My correct people, them gbas no be small thing. Abeg, don't skip any part of this video. Stay tuned because I'm going to tell you guys the full details of these particular tariffs and why Americans are protesting because of this Trump new policy. As e dey hot, abeg as you dey watch, if you know say you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, kindly do well to subscribe. Subscription is free so that you will always watch our updates. Feel free to tell your opinion in the comment section as you are watching this video and as you're listening to this particular news. Stay tuned for more updates. Now the question is, why is Trump using tariffs? For decades, Trump has argued that the U.S. should use tariffs to boost its economy. He equally says that they will encourage U.S. consumers to buy more American-made goods, increase the amount of tax raised, and lead to huge levels of investment in the country. Trump wants to reduce the gap between the value of goods the U.S. buys from other countries and the value of those it sells to them. He argues that America has been taken advantage of by cheaters and pillaged by foreigners. Trump has also made other demands alongside tariffs. The first announced during his current presidential term targeted China, Mexico, and Canada. He said he wanted them to do more to stop migrants and drugs reaching the U.S. What are Trump's reciprocal tariffs? So Trump's minimum is 10% tariff on all imports to the U.S., which was introduced on 5th of April 2025. The U.K., Argentina, Australia, Brazil, and Saudi Arabia are among the countries this applies to. However, many nations will face much higher tariffs from 9th April. These tariffs include 49% on Cambodian products, 46% on Vietnamese imports, and an extra 34% on those from China. In addition to 20% tariffs previously announced, goods from the EU will be taxed at 20%. White House officials described the higher tariffs on countries Trump called the worst offenders as reciprocal. Reciprocal would mean they were based on what countries already charge the U.S. in the form of existing tariffs plus non-tariff barriers such as regulations. However, this is not what has happened for all the countries on the list. Instead, the tariff rate was calculated on the basis that it would eliminate the U.S. goods trade deficit with each country. Instead, the tariff rate was calculated on the basis that it would eliminate the U.S. goods trade deficit with each country. Some countries, including the U.K., have had tariffs applied even though they buy more from the U.S. than they sell to U.S. So now will prices go up for U.S. consumers? Many economics experts tariffs to push up prices across a range of imported goods as firms pass on some or all of their increased costs. The products affected could include everything from clothing to coffee and alcohol to electronics. Some firms may also decide to import fewer foreign goods or stop altogether, which could in turn make those which are available more expensive. The price of goods manufactured in the U.S. using imported components may also rise. For example, car parts typically cross the U.S., Mexican, and Canadian borders multiple times before a vehicle is completely assembled. So car prices had already been expected to increase as a result of earlier tariffs. The cost of a car made using parts from Mexico and Canada alone could rise by $4,000 to $10,000, which is about £3,035 to £7,588, depending on the vehicle, according to analysts at the Anderson Economic Group. So the measures could also hit the U.S. economy. The chance of a recession rose to 50% after Trump's announcement on new tariffs, according to former International Monetary Fund (IMF) chief economist Ken Rogoff. Trump's top officials have stressed that the tariffs would be implemented as planned, playing down recession fears. My people, no be small thing. As see the hot. So many things are going down. What will happen to stock markets? These Trump new tariffs have led to big falls on global stock markets, including those in Europe and in Asia. They are not excluded. Stock markets are where firms sell shares in their businesses. They reflect the best guess of what every company in the world is worth and what their future profits will be. So many people are affected by stock prices, even they don't think they invest in them directly, because there can be an impact on things like pensions, jobs, and interest rates. And altogether, my people, following this announcement of tariffs, car maker Jaguar Land Rover said it would pause all shipment to the U.S. as it worked to address the new trading terms. Economists have warned U.S. tariffs could knock the U.K.'s economy off course and make it harder for the government to hit its borrowing rules. how other countries and stock markets respond to these Trump tariffs as e dey hot. EU chief Ursula von der Leyen warned that the consequence will be dire for millions of people around the globe. China, which is facing tariffs totaling 54%, said it would place an additional 34% tariff on US goods from 10th April. Canada's Prime Minister Mark Carney said it was essential to act with purpose and with force. Italy's Giorgia Meloni, a Trump ally, said the announcement was wrong, but that she would work towards a deal with the US to prevent a trade war. In the Republic of Ireland, Michael Martin said there was no justification for deeply regrettable tariffs which benefited no one. Australia's Attorney Albanese said this is not the act of a friend. And South Korea's acting president Han Duck-soo said the global trade war has become a reality, while Japan said its 24% levy was extremely regrettable and could violate World Trade Organization and US-Japan agreements. I hope you guys have seen the reason why many people are protesting, chanting, Trump must go. My people, what is your opinion? Do you think that Trump is in the right track? Remember, this Elon Musk, the owner of Twitter, is equally backing him up. And these people are now demanding that they should deport Elon Musk and Trump should be impeached. Trump should resign. Trump should step down. My people, they want to protect democracy. You are seeing where the rule of law works. These people are protesting, and I did not hear that police or army tear gas them. Unlike the one happening in Nigeria, you will see just only for Nigerians to come out to protest against inhuman activities, insecurity, against all of evil happening in the country. You will see the so-called Nigerian police, Nigerian military coming out to tear gas them, to even shoot at the innocent protesters. People that are expressing their pain, expressing their feelings on how they felt about the current situation in the country. There is no freedom of speech in Nigeria, while there is freedom of speech in other parts of the world. What is your opinion? Kindly feel free to drop your opinion in the comment section. And if you know you never subscribe, please do well to subscribe. Subscription is free, so you always get notified to come and watch our latest updates. What do you have to say concerning this new tariff law placed by Donald Trump? Are you saying that Trump will definitely respond to these protesters, or will he keep mute all along? Tell us in the comment section what you have to say. Thank you for watching. I remember my humble self, Chidinma Christiana, popularly known as Christy TV.
Intense protests here in Washington and across the country this weekend against the Trump administration. Is there a growing opposition movement? We talked to Senator Bernie Sanders on Sunday morning about what's next.
But one of the other concerns when I talk about oligarchy, Bob, it's not just massive income and wealth inequality. It's not just the power of the billionaire class. These guys, led by Musk, and as a result of this disastrous Citizens United Supreme Court decision, have now allowed billionaires essentially to own our political process. So I think when we talk about America as a democracy, I think we should rephrase it, call it a pseudo-democracy. And it's not just Musk and the Republicans, it's billionaires in the Democratic Party as well.
That's a serious thing to say as a U.S. Senator, a pseudo-democracy.
Yeah, well,
not a full democracy.
Look, you get one vote, and Elon Musk can spend $270 million to help elect Trump. Does that sound like a democracy to you?
Now, Donald Trump has demonstrated he's got no intention of abiding by the laws of this nation. So, I began suing the Trump administration his second day in office. And we've already received court-ordered injunctions on almost all of these cases. And folks, I'm just getting started. But people, I have some very deep and significant concerns because the United States Supreme Court has demonstrated that a majority of justices care more about protecting Donald Trump than protecting Americans. And honestly, Donald Trump doesn't seem to really give a damn about what the courts say anyway. But Michigan, all is not lost. Trump and his lawless, corrupt, and chaotic administration can ignore court orders, but they cannot ignore all of us. But we need all of you to continue to make your voices heard and to say we are not okay with losing our health care. We are not okay with losing our Social kidnap people right off of our streets. We will write letters and emails, and we will light up the phones and line the streets demanding that Congress do its damn job. This is our state, our country, our democracy, and we will